House resumes and debate continues. Yes, Honorable Pinard, you are recognized. You may proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to say a few words in response to the Honorable Senator Paris, but apparently he's not yet in. But I will still say so. Hopefully he can watch the tapes and he can get the assurances that we want to give him today there. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank Mr. Paris for acknowledging the importance of our CBI program in this country. The revenue generated from the CBI program is indispensable. We cannot, at this time, function effectively without the revenue coming in from the CBI program. And so, today, earlier on, you hear Mr. Paris acknowledge the importance of the CBI. I just wish that he would take it one step further and admonish anyone, anywhere, that looking to harm the CBI program, and do it in a very active and very open and transparent way, Mr. Speaker. We all know that Mr. Paris, until recently, was the deputy
Senator Paris or Honorable Paris.
Senator Paris was the deputy of the United Workers' Party, and the United Workers' Party has held a consistent campaign to try to destroy our CBI program. And all that time, we never hear Mr. Paris once stood up and say, okay, stop that. The country needs the CBI programs, and so instead of trying to destroy the program, we need to do all what we can do to help support it and help. If we have any ideas, let it be towards strengthening the program and not towards destroying it. I think all of us can recall looking at the Al Jazeera investigation video where we saw the very members of that same organization, that same party, trying to make traps that they themselves fell in, and they fell in very hard, Mr. Speaker. So we just want, people have to be consistent. If you know that the program is good, then you need to defend it in all spheres, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we also want to acknowledge that Mr. Paris recognized the importance of the legislation being brought to Parliament here today. As Mr. Paris said, this is very important legislation that will go towards further strengthening and ensuring the longevity of the CBI program, Mr. Speaker. And he's right about that. He's very right about that. But Mr. Paris had some concerns, and we cannot fault him for having concerns.
Senator Paris.
With respect to the enforcement, the implementation and the enforcement of legislation. And from time to time, maybe we do not always get it perfect in terms of putting the implementation and the supporting structures for various legislations in place. If and when we recognize that, we will move to fix it and strengthen whatever systems we have. But I also want to assure Mr. Paris that it is Senator Paris, that it is very, very unlikely that this is the case here, because in 2023, we all recall that our Honorable Prime Minister went down to Trinidad and he met with the then U.S. Secretary of State Blinken, where they discussed the CBI program, Mr. Speaker. And where at that meeting, they agreed on some measures that would be able to be implemented to further strengthen the program, Mr. Speaker. And some of that, for example, would include in-person interviews and the likes. And coming out of those agreements, there was the revised CBI SRO for 2024, which encapsulated the 6 measures that were agreed on to be implemented to strengthen the program. And the legislation we have before us here, Mr. Speaker, largely reflects the 2024 SRO that is already been implemented, already been practiced in Dominica, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I cannot speak with authority on how the programs they run in St. Kitts, in Grenada, St. Lucia, Antigua, but I can say that in Dominica, we have very strong measures already in place. Most of the legislation that we are passing here this afternoon is already been implemented and is already in full practice in Dominica. So we do not need to concern ourselves too much with respect to the enforcement of the law, the bill, the act that is being passed here this afternoon, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, the improvements we made in 2024 after conversations in 2023, these were not necessarily because our programming itself was risky or it was weak. We already had strong measures in place. We already have due diligence, enhanced due diligence taking place. Transparency of the program was there. When the Prime Minister revised the CBI program, that is when we started having the amounts that the government generated from the program being reflected on the budgets. As we have heard numerous times, before that, nobody knew what was coming in from the CBI program. One person apparently controlled a checkbook, and essentially that was a state secret in terms of what came in and how it was spent. So this government is the one who brought transparency to the CBI program. And under the current leadership, the CBI program has grown and it has become one of the strongest and most world-renowned CBI programs, Mr. Speaker. As we speak, the CBI is still ranked second among the Caribbean countries. Only St. Kitts and Nevis is currently ranked higher than it, Mr. Speaker. And so our program is already very strong. It's already very robust. It has high appeal. Generally, when you travel, most people will know of the CBI program, the Dominica CBI program, and so on. Nonetheless, to continue to appease those people who might have concerns over various factors, and yeah, I mean, anybody can have concerns from time to time, but we continue to listen, to address the issues that they bring, and we continue to strengthen the program as we are able to, because we all appreciate and recognize that this is not some program that we can just let slide by. And we also have to recognize the integrity of our citizenship. And we do not take these things lightly. Honorable Henderson earlier mentioned one of the new things coming out of this legislation is the link to Dominica aspect of it. And one part of that, for example, is an in-person interview. Other parts of it, includes coming to Dominica for at least 30 days over a 5-year period. But even the in-person interview, which is part of that link, is already part of the SRO and is already enforced, Mr. Speaker. So even the parts that are new already have aspects of it that are already being implemented, Mr. Speaker. So that said, I think we can all agree that the implementation, the enforcement of the legislation coming here this afternoon is not in doubt because we're already well down that road. Now, Mr. Speaker, we have to go on to say that we're speaking about the importance of the CBI, and some people might forget about this. You know, they say politics is the art of repetition because sometimes people actually do forget, or sometimes the number of persons you think you're reaching when you speak, you don't reaching that many. So you have to keep on repeating yourself, and hopefully it will continue to sink in and it will continue to reach more and more people. So what I would like to do is to again repeat some of the major projects that our CBI project is currently supporting, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, the CBI is assisting with the construction of an improvement of 10 hotels in Dominica. We have the Anichi Resorts and Spa, Jungle Bay, Grand Anse, Ocean Edge, Intercontinental, Range, Sanctuary, Rainforest and Eco Lodge, Secret Bay, and Tranquility Beach. Beyond the hotels, Mr. Speaker, we know that the CBI is continuing to assist with the construction of our housing program. The CBI is financing the construction of the marina. The CBI is financing the construction of the international airport. The CBI has put a lot of resources into geothermal. The geothermal has been a combination of different types of funding. We have grant, we have loan, we have CBI. The CBI has funded health centers. The CBI has funded hospitals. The CBI has funded schools. The CBI has funded the improvement of sporting facilities. It has funded the construction of roads across the country. It has supported our school children with passage grants, with uniforms, with textbooks, with school shoes. It has supported our college students with their tuition. It has importantly supported the financing of the National Employment Program. It has supported the funding of the non-contributors pension. It has supported the funding of the Yes We Care program. And Mr. Speaker, that is just what I was able to jot down there while listening to my colleagues speak on this legislation. What we have to ask ourselves is, what more would the CBI have to do to convince every single Dominican that they need to stand up and fight tooth and nail to defend and to support this program? And Mr. Speaker, we have to bear in mind that if the CBI is supporting a program, that means it is also freeing up cash, other cash coming in through tax revenue and so on, to do other things. So indirectly, essentially, the CBI is supporting everything in the country. What we need to now start to look at, Mr. Speaker, is, for example, with the construction of the international airport, at this time, can we say that we are ready as a country for the international airport? If we have the international airport open tomorrow, are we ready to receive the large number of visitors that we are hoping it will bring to our shores, Mr. Speaker? And I think if we have to be honest with ourselves, we have to say we are not yet ready. And so this is what we need to start occupying ourselves with, Mr. Speaker. We need to start to get our people trained. Hospitality. When people, especially money people, come to your country, they expect a certain level of service, a certain quality, Mr. Speaker, that in all honesty, we cannot say that we are there yet. When we're looking at our culinary, our cooking, the restaurants, the quality of the restaurants, Mr. Speaker, we cannot say that we are there yet. When you're looking at the quality of our rooms, the number of rooms and so on, that these people would need for accommodation, we can't say that we are there yet. When we're looking at the amount of small businesses that need to come up in support of these major capital projects, the international airport, the marina, we need to have increase in terms of farming products, because if you have in major hotels, you have a large number of people, you need to be able to provide them with fresh vegetables and fruits on an ongoing basis. Are we able to do that today? And I think if we are again honest, we have to say we are not yet there yet. Mr. Speaker, and we can go down across the entire line, looking at and really dissecting every aspect of the country, of the service, of the products that we have available, and we have to see that we are not yet there. We're not yet at the point we need to be able to ensure that when those capital projects come on stream, we'll be able to get the maximum benefit from them. And so this is what we as a country need to start to occupy ourselves with. How can we get the people trained? How can we get people mind to orient towards those things that we need to develop? And so on. This is really what the ideas that you want to contend, coming from the opposition, coming from the government side, coming from the citizens union, everybody. How do we prepare ourselves? How do we get ourselves? How do we do the investments to ensure that when those programs actually come online, we will be ready to receive it, and we will ensure that anybody who visits this country will have nothing but good things to say when they go back. And when they go back, especially these money people, they're going to tell their friends, and their friends will come, and their friends will experience for themselves, and it will just be an ever-expanding chain. So we really need to do a deep dive into our own selves and see how do we get ourselves prepared for what is to come. Because the projects that are ongoing right now, these are transformational projects. Let us not kid ourselves about it. If these things come true, and when they come true, and we have 2027 is the ultimate year when all the major projects we have going on right now will be completed. We need to do what we need to do right now so that by 2027 we're hitting the ground running, we're good to go. Well, when people come here, Mr. Speaker, and they go out and they enjoy our falls, and the visitors enjoy our lakes and all our natural resources on our sides, visit our rivers and so on. When the sun sets, do we have enough to occupy them? Do we have enough going on right now to let them say, okay, they're getting their bang for their buck by coming to Dominica? We have to bear in mind, Mr. Speaker, that people can choose to go anywhere in the world. Your money in your pocket, especially when you have plenty of it, you can go wherever you want. You don't have to come Dominica. You choosing to come Dominica, and in choosing to come Dominica, that means you're choosing not to go somewhere else. So you can't make the people regret their decision by coming here. You can't make people say, boy, better take my money and go Cambodia, better take my money and go Dubai, or something like that. Because these places, they're ready to receive those visitors. They're ready right now, today. So how are we going to get ourselves on the level where we become more attractive than those places, that people will choose us instead of those other places? This is the things that we need to be thinking of as a country. This is the things that we need to be doing as a country. But Mr. Speaker, I suspect that that is a conversation that we'll continue to have. Um, but we're on the right steps. At least we put in the infrastructure in place. We just want everybody to come along with us and everybody to, think. We need people to think for themselves, like, okay, what can I do so that I can benefit from those major projects when they come online? If you're a farmer, are you farming to your optimal capacity? We have been hearing about the hydroponics and so on for a while now. But it is time for that to come out of the 1 mile in Portsmouth and for it to find its way on everyday farms. All those other things. Like we need to move, Mr. Speaker. It's the time for talking, the time for discussing that has to wrap up. The time running out on us. We 2025 finish. So in 2026. And we all of us really want to see those things work. So we cannot sleep on us. We can't wait for when the international airport finish for us to say, okay, what are we going to do about nightlife? No, we have to look at nightlife now. So if we have legislation to pass, we need to pass it. If we have businesses to build, we need to build it. If we have people to train, we need to train them. So when airport open, when marina open, we go in, we good to go. Money can stay in the country. We don't want our first set of people coming in Dominica to check like, boy, I should have taken my 2 weeks and go somewhere. So I should take my 2 days and go somewhere. So whatever the case is, let us start to put our mind towards that aspect of things instead, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the legislation coming before us today, as we said already, that is 95% already implemented, and I just want to give my full support to the bill that is being here today. And thank you for your attention.
Yes, Honorable George, you are recognized. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to record my support for this bill tabled in this honorable house today, a bill to provide for the implementation of the Eastern Caribbean CBI Regulatory Authority. Mr. Speaker, it's no secret that the CBI program has been a very important form of non-tax revenue for our country and for our neighboring countries for that matter. And I refer to Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, St. Kitts, and St. Lucia, who all also operate CBI programs. And our program has been doing very well, Mr. Speaker. A matter of fact, we have received many accolades on the global market for a number of years, Mr. Speaker, and the program continues to grow exponentially, Mr. Speaker. And as mentioned earlier, Mr. Speaker, if the program is growing, it's important that we put measures in place to safeguard the existence of the program and, of course, to remain consistent with international best practice. But I can say, without fear of any contradiction, Mr. Speaker, that there has been tremendous political will for first using the program to benefit Dominicans and also to ensure the program is improved over time, Mr. Speaker. And we heard it earlier from the Honorable Prime Minister about 10 years ago. He indicated that some efforts were made in trying to ensure that we can have some sort of harmonized framework to seek to protect the program, Mr. Speaker. And I want to put on record my commendations to the Prime Minister for the way in which he have been able to use the program to touch every Dominican in every sphere, Mr. Speaker. And that has been a remarkable feat by our Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker. And I think it's always important to document the tremendous benefits from the CBI program. And I think we have to continue documenting all the positives from the program, Mr. Speaker. And my colleague, the member for Coliho, make mention of all the numerous projects that's being implemented with funds from the CBI program. We see that there's investments directly from the CBI program into small businesses. And we have to understand that as young people who have aspirations to enter the business world, the main challenge you will have is access to finance. And the CBI program has been that mechanism where we can support our young businesses and ensure that they can thrive. And also we have seen direct investments made in the healthcare sector, Mr. Speaker, again with proceeds from the CBI.